In the spirit of cooperation, efforts to help Ontario get a grip on COVID-19 include an unlikely contributor, Atlantic Canada. Despite struggling to keep up with regular demands on their healthcare systems, Nova Scotia and New Brunswick are signaling they'll pitch in as much as possible.
While New Brunswick does not have the available resources within the regional health authorities, any healthcare workers who are retired or working outside of the healthcare system are being encouraged to assist.
I know we have ventilators available. It's a question of whether or not Ontario could use those. They're focused on resources more around nurses, ICU nurses, and doctors.
The federal government offers to pay for their travel, salary, and accommodations. The PEI government suggests it's as open as possible to helping Ontario, but leading the region's goodwill effort is Newfoundland and Labrador, specifically the nonprofit group Team Broken Earth. The group is best known for sending doctors and nurses to natural disasters like the earthquake in Haiti. Its founder, Dr. Andrew Furey, is now the province's premier. His wife Allison, who's also a doctor, volunteered immediately to help Ontario. But on top of logistics like travel and licensing, there are other complications when one region offers to help another get through a healthcare crisis.
So there is a political risk. So if the government promises resources and doesn't then end up needing them, then they're a good neighbor. But if things get out of control and they're left without the resources that they need, then the government will be accused of poor judgment by its own citizens.
And there's growing pressure to protect their own provinces. Since talks to help Ontario started, a rise in cases has forced Nova Scotia to impose new border restrictions, a measure caused in part by visitors from, you guessed it, Ontario.
One of our current clusters was the result of family and friends gathering with people who had recently come from Ontario.
Another example of how challenging it is to balance competing pandemic priorities. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.